hard because he can get caught by the green tentacle, and it depends on who we bring up to the top of the stairs there. So to be safe, we're going to pick Razor and Sid. Okay, so as I said, you'll see at the bottom there the verbs will appear and we can start. Okay, so the first trick we do here is we switch kids while they're on the same screen together. And what that does is it saves time, because as you'll see, when you're on a different screen and you switch kids, there's a cutscene there, and that takes up quite a bit of time. So, we'll bring Dave over to here. Now the other nice thing here is that when you hit use key in front door, you don't have to actually pick up the key first. And it's because of the way the scripting works in this game that it's smart enough to know how to do that. So now with Edna, who we'll see here, if you get caught by her but switch to a new kid, you're fine actually. She will not take you down to the dungeon. And that's a limitation of the game's scripting engine. The scripts are a little less robust than in the PC version. So, and the next big trick coming up here, I'll point out when we get to it, but the first thing to see is that when you scroll right in this game, it's very jerky, and that can really affect your time. So if this was a world record, I would be 30 seconds behind by this point. So this trick here is, we click there, then we switch to a new kid, and you run right past the green tentacle. Normally you get stuck there, but we do not. Then we have to switch kids, then get back to Razor, otherwise we would get bumped back down, which we don't want. So in a world record, we would have rung the doorbell and had Ed come down and get us. It's very time sensitive, and I'd say 3 out of 5 times that I would run this, you would get caught in the wrong way. You would get caught by him, and then you'd have to reset. So normally what you want to do is get one kid caught, taken down to the basement, and then the other kid run past him. But that, again, is so time sensitive that it would be really silly to do that in a marathon. So again here, we're going to switch to Dave. And we're going to ring the doorbell to get Ed out of his room. But we're not going to get Dave caught, though. And now, you know what, we will. It's safe enough to get him caught. Now what you have to do here is that when you ring the doorbell, and you bring him, you have to bring him back inside, because if you don't, when Weird Ed comes downstairs, if you're inside of the house, he'll grab you and take you down to the dungeon. If you're outside of the house, he'll just tell you to go away, but he won't grab you. We don't want that. So, and coming up here is the infamous hamster, who I'm kind of a animal lover, so we're not going to kill him in this run. I can't bring myself to do that. Okay, so Dave is going to get caught here. Now again, in a world record run, this length of time that we're wasting here would we'd have to reset. That would really completely ruin the run. But we don't care, because we're going for about 2 minutes over world record time here. So we could wait for Ed to come up and get us, but let's just go ahead and have Edna take us down. And of course with Edna, you can't, when you get caught by her, you have to stay on the screen. If we switch to another kid at this point, we would get her frozen there, which we don't want. Now this is a huge source of anxiety for me here, because you have to hit the brick here. It's a little brick you push and it opens up the dungeon door, but you have to do it very quickly. In the PC version, the timing is very nice. You have about 15 seconds. Here it's just, you have to do it immediately. And it's just, you know, it's so nerve-wracking. The other nice thing about the Nintendo version is that when you scroll around the screen, whatever your cursor is on will pop up down there at the bottom in the sentence line. Oops. But in the PC version, you have to actually hit a thing called what is. It's another verb that you have to hit to do that. So, okay. So now get ready. Unfortunately, there's going to be a horrible noise here when we turn off. Oh my god. I forgot to use the Hunk-O-Matic. Okay, here's what we'll do. We could reset, but that's going to take a little bit too long of time, so we're going to have to run back upstairs. I was supposed to do that when Ed was coming downstairs to get Dave. So, oh, you know what? We can't, because there's a good chance that she'll say that a character is stuck up here with Green Tentacle. Yep. Okay. So we'll still be in with the 10-minute time here. So if we want to just go ahead and restart the timer again, and about, as soon as the verbs appear at the bottom. I apologize for that. Or you can just keep the timer going, I guess. It doesn't matter. Okay, so again, we want to switch kids here while they're on the screen. And for the heck of it, we'll do Sid 2, just to save some time. And yeah, so actually what I did there was I forgot to use a machine that makes you stronger. And I think if I would have been watching chat, someone might have pointed that out, but I was not watching chat, unfortunately. So it's funny, I did this like 3 or 4 times today before I started, and of course you have those little like moments where you're nervous and you forget. And the other thing too is I wasn't talking as I was doing it before, and I wonder if that was part of it. Shoot. Okay, there we go. You have to actually have her start that, otherwise she'll be there again when you go back. So with a world record run, in the beginning here, we would have the characters come to the door, ring the doorbell, run up to the top of the steps, have one character get caught by Ed there, and have the other character walk by. Well, the problem is that the timing is so strict that if you miss it by about a second, you will have to reset, which is very frustrating. So, okay, we're good there. You wait to her to get to the top of the steps, you switch to another character. In this case, we should have switched to Sid, but that's okay. We could have moved Sid during this time, but that's fine. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say as I'm doing this. Again, when you run to the left, it's silky smooth. When you run to the right, there's a lot of hesitation, and I don't know why that is in this game. It's not true in the PC version, but in this game it's very true. As you can see, that's the only time in the game where Green Tentacle will not be in his room. Normally in the game, you always see him there, because as soon as you get him off the steps, he goes there. So again, now here's the key here. So we will open the door. We'll run to this, and then we'll ring the doorbell. Bring him inside, switch to Razor, let that cutscene play, and then we will use the Hunk-O-Matic so we can be a big hunk. There we go. Okay, and again, we will go into his room. Oh, the other thing too is you can see that I'm not actually clicking on any of the verbs down there. You can hit select to select between get, use, and open in that order. So if you hit select, you can skip through those verbs, which makes it very easier. Now in the PC version, which is much nicer, there's keyboard shortcuts for every verb. So every single verb you can use the keyboard with your left hand and use your right hand with the mouse. So that makes the PC version much smoother and can really increase your time, or decrease your time. Okay, so we'll get caught here by Edna. And in the PC version, they censored quite a bit in the Nintendo version. Here she says, I think, please come in. In the PC version, she would have said, too bad you weren't a boy, because with the boy characters, she says, how silly of me, I should have tied you to my bed, which I guess was a little bit too racy for Nintendo. So again, we will push the use brick. So this is the one where we do have to click on one of the verbs. Whew, okay, just got that time. But here we can just hit select to get Silver Key. So we will go up here to the steps, eventually. Okay. Now again, unfortunately, get ready for a very loud, annoying noise. It's the alarm system that goes off when you turn off the water. And when you turn off the water here, what happens is the pool gets drained, and in draining the pool, the coolant rods for the nuclear reactor goes off there. So we need to bring Sid over here. Now in a world record run, we would actually have Razor go down, turn off the water to the pool, run to the pool, get the stuff, then run to the basement. But again, that timing is so critical, and if you mess that up, the house blows up. So we can't do that here. So this is the annoying noise. And again, I think when people played this as a kid, they said that the music gave them like a lot of anxiety, and that noise I think does, and so does the when you get caught noise. It's just so grating that it drives you crazy. Okay, so we're going to the right here, and again we can hit get use open using the select button there. And again, as you can see, when you run to the right, there's a lot of stutter stepping, and in a world record, you really want to limit that as much as possible. Here, we're not worrying about it, but in a world record, that's very nerve-wracking. So we'll use the silver key in the door, and run to the pool. Now, in the game, if you fill the pool back up while someone's in there, you can kill them, which we will not do, obviously. And as you can see, there are rods in there that are not being cooled, which makes the house explode. So we will go back to Sid. Close that pipe, which then gets that back to there. So now at this point, I think we can actually forget Sid, and I'll tell you why in a second. So we will switch back to Razor. And I do have time to put the hamster in the microwave, but I just can't do it. Even as a kid, I always felt so bad. There's a trick in this game, though, where you can put the hamster into the microwave, and then... let's do that, why not? So you put him in, but you don't close the microwave. Then you turn it on, and then you get hamster. So we got him. So he's safe. Whoops, well he died too, but he's also safe. See, he's in our inventory down there. Now, we could do a trick where someone opens the dungeon door by pushing the brick, and then we run right in. Again, the timing there is so crazy. I've never been successful in doing that in the Nintendo version with any regularity. I mean, it's so rare that I'm able to do that, and given the timing that we're under now, that would not be good. So we'll let this play out here because we need... we could switch probably now. If you switch too soon, that's bad, but let's switch now. And that should bring her down immediately, right? There we go. Okay. So again, in a regular run, we would have had Dave push the loose brick while we were on the other side of that. But the timing, again, is so crazy that I don't want to risk it. Since we already had to reset, that's just too much. Now again, in the Nintendo version, you can just type in 000 to unlock this door. In the PC version, that does not work, actually, which I can explain later. Okay, I'm going to be quiet here for a second because this upcoming trick, again, is very, very time sensitive. So you ring the doorbell, you get the kid into the lab, and then this cutscene fires with Ed. Okay, so... Oh, too slow. Too slow. See, it was too slow. Oh, boy. Ah, no. This is bad, this is bad. So we need to get her into there while the cutscene is... Shoot. Okay. So what we're going to do here as a backup, we're going to wait until the doorbell will ring again because the package will be delivered. And that rings twice, so we should be okay with that. And that'll let us get into there. So we're going to have to wait about 15-20 seconds at this point for that to ring. and that'll bring him back down. And then we can go in there. Normally what we would want to do is have the other character ring the doorbell and have us go in, but at this time we have to wait until he gets back upstairs for that to work again, and it's probably best just to wait until the package is delivered at this point. Okay. That should be good. I think we're good. Because the doorbell will ring again, yes, and then we'll switch to Ed. Oh, thank God. Okay. So now that this cutscene is fired, we can run right past Mr. Purple Tentacle here. Normally, he would catch you, but when that cutscene fires, it resets the script in that. So we are good. So we will finish the game. There's no way to die. To be safe, we'll pick up the little radiation suit. Normally, in a regular run, we would not do that. But we don't want to run the risk of getting hit by the meteor's beams. He shoots stuff at you, as you'll see here. Usually you can just go ahead and turn this. Okay, so that's him getting the package. So he'll shoot you here, and if we didn't have that on, we would die. So you have to hit the switch really quickly normally. Okay, so this cutscene is going to take, you can't skip this. This will take about 20 seconds or so. Then time will end as soon as the verbs disappear from the bottom of the screen, which will happen when we put the meteor into the trunk and turn on the engine. When we turn on the engine, we'll lose control of the game, and that'll be the end of the game. So again, some of the tricks that we use in the world record were used here, such as the purple tentacle skip that we did right there, where you ring the doorbell and have them run in. And the skipping the green tentacle was a world record strategy, but some of the stuff we had to modify just to be safe for the marathon, because we would have reset probably 4 or 5 times, if not more, during that. At least I would. So, okay, so we grab this little guy here, and then open this door, and then we open up the garage door. Now, in the Nintendo version, which is nice, if you accidentally... Well, first of all, we can use the meteor in the trunk without opening the trunk, which is great, and he gets very angry. And we're going to use the yellow key and the thing here, and as soon as I do that, you can hit time. Whoops! That was not correct. Okay. In the engine, there we go, and then we're done. So this will take off and explode. Now in this version here, what will happen is if you would have put the key into the car and shot it off into space prior to getting to the end, the garage would be empty. It would just be completely destroyed. So you wouldn't be able to finish the game. But what you can do in the Nintendo version is you can take the meteor all the way upstairs and feed him to the man-eating plant. You cannot do that in the PC version. That was a nice little thing here. Oh, goodness. Okay, so what was the final time there? Can someone put it into chat? Because I don't have the video going, so I'm curious what the final time was. Is it close to 9 or 10? Probably 10, huh? And of course, this is the tuna head thing. Cash would be nice. Don't be a tuna head. 12:17, yeah. See, that reset put us over there. I apologize for that. We probably still would have been about 10. So, 17:17. Oh goodness. Okay. Whew. Okay. So yeah, the over 5 minutes before the reset. Wow. Wow, I didn't realize it was that far behind. Oh, that's bad. But thanks everyone, and hope you had a good time. And again, this is pretty close to the world record in terms of the strategies. It's just we slowed it down quite a bit by being safe. But some of the stuff you saw, you would have to use in a world record run. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And you did get to see the hamster both die and live, so that's good. So who's up next? Unfortunately, I should have checked that out first before I Does anyone know who's up next? Could they type into chat? Because then I could very nicely say who's up next, because I don't remember. Am I even out still? Okay, yeah, Gimmick is up next. It's going to be a Gimmick race, which should be very exciting. So, have a good night, everyone, and I'm out.
All right. Thank Thank you, Matt McGrath, for that. Rocking music, I must say, in that game.
Owl here.
Yep. Up next, we do have the Mr. Gimmick race between Bacord and Aquas. And Owl Anonymous will be doing the commentary for that race. And like I said, it is a best ending race. So they will have to collect all of the... All right, somebody's having a mic issue. We will have to collect all the special items. So it's a really fun speed run to watch. If it's a game you've ever played casually, it's a really fun game just to play. When I played through it blind, I didn't even realize there were special items until I did see a speed run. And it's really quite amazing.